Play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring! Bombs Tastinko gonna find Rainer!
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. Tonight we've got a game for you between Division B West rivals Spooky Ghosts and Roll1 Esports. Why are they rivals? I don't know, just because I had to say that. But I am joined tonight by Lulu and her cats on her head.
Hello. The
How you
cats
doing?
say hello to you even though they're currently off doing cat things.
Just passed out, just doing that.
Well, Flynn just tried to eat my mouse cord, so he's around-ish.
I see. All right. Fair enough. Well, tonight we've got the matchup between our number 7 and number 8 team here. Roll1 Esports and Spooky Ghosts tied with 11 points.
Ooh.
With a domination, either team could find themselves tied for 5th place with Who Knows Gaming and Deviled Kegs. But it's important to note that the points are very close beyond that. 15 and 16 points above. So, I mean, each of these teams are only one game away from being in the upper half of this B West bracket.
Okay, so when you said they're rivals, they actually kind of are right now, since they're sitting 7th and 8th.
So the kind of misleading factor here is Roll1 Esports has played 9 games, Spooky Ghosts has played 7, Deviled Kegs has played 8, and Who Knows Gaming has played 7 as well. So it's a little bit misleading in the standings, but that gives you a basic idea of where people are at.
Right.
Apparently, according to Ektar, Lurk Patrol has moved up to 2nd place. Did Lurk Patrol beat Phoenix Rising Onyx? Is that why they're in 2nd place, or is it just tied with 2nd? Let's take a look at maps. What do we got out of maps? Spooky Ghosts banned out the Alterac Pass and Barax's Holdout. Roll1 Esports banned out the Dragonshire and Battlefield of Eternity, and it's going to be Infernal Shrines for our first pick. Now, I do want to point out here, I literally just went to the website. Oh, never mind. They've
Were you about to
apparently
give Ektar grief for
I was
not
about to give him grief.
reporting his match?
Yeah, I was. But apparently the few minutes between when I updated this in the system and actually pulled it up on the website, it actually has been updated. So there you go. Fair enough. We're going to head into our draft game number 1 between Spooky Ghosts and Roll1 Esports.
By the way, does Spooky Ghost just, like, not believe in logos? Is that what's happening there?
You know, they actually were gifted one last season, which I'm surprised that they didn't just keep it. It actually looked really cool. It was a dabbing ghost.
So that's why... Maybe they're the ghost of NGS past, and that's what's so spooky about it.
Perhaps. I wonder, you know what? I wonder if I have access to that. Not sure. Oh, you know what? It might have been, yeah, it was this right here. It was a Dabbing Ghost Halloween shirt Spooky Ghost dab gift. So
that was a lot of words.
those are the words that show up on the Google. Let me save this and I'll put it up on the screen here.
Oh, Medivh band coming out from
Medivh.
Roll1 Esports.
Manage. Ghost. I mean, you can keep talking about that stuff. I'm doing important things here.
Deathwing ban, not terribly surprising. Now, does Roll1 Esports ban the Ariel or leave up the Res Lady?
All right, there we go.
Wait, what?
You'll see it in 30 seconds.
Is a pack of Medivh a murder?
Interesting conversation.
There's a lot happening in the chat.
I'm missing all of it. But that's okay, because I've got a spooky ghost up on the screen for spooky ghosts.
Oh, it's so spooky.
Isn't it? I'm so confused by this chat. And I miss out on this chat often because usually, you know, not being the referee. Did they make you a referee as well? You can see all this chat?
Yes.
All right, well, there you go. We're going to see...
Not usually.
No, you can't unless you're a referee. So we're going to see the Malfurion and Kael'thas. So this is actually a start very similar to what we saw in the last game that we cast here, which was a Mal'Ganis along with a Thrall along with a Leoric. Now that was on Volskaya Foundry. But the principles could still be the same.
They could.
But with that, we're going to see Gul'dan picked up here. He's got some pretty significant wave clear for the shrines. We also have the Ana along with the Johanna. Ana, Johanna! Third ban going to be the Zeratul. Why you got to ban Zerafool, says Rogoth. And who am I missing? So I got Gul'dan, Ana, and Johanna Rogoth. There we go.
Being a space Russian is now a religion.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, checks out. And an ETC ban to round it out.
A space Russian. So that's a very limited religion, I'd think, at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, tens of people.
Unless it doesn't mean outer space. It could just be like space. There's lots of empty space in Russia.
Maybe. But we do see the Raynor and the Muradin picked up. So Raynor's going to be able to get some additional ace in the hole value between that Muradin Thunderclap, the roots from Malfurion, the Gravity Lapse out of Kael'thas. We're going to see a Yrel, though, along with the Greymane.
Interesting. I feel like you don't see Yrel a whole lot these days.
You don't. But we see it occasionally. Is Coco Caster in the house?
Home of Poe. They are in the house, but they are not currently with me. I have no Coco Caster at the moment.
Space Janner.
Oh, I see Flynn. He's laying in the bottom of the cat tree, so no Coco Caster for now.
Well, I have Ginger nearby, so there you go.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's make sure that they didn't switch people around, which it looks like they maybe did not. Yeah, we're good. All right. So game number 1 between Spooky Ghosts and Roll1 Esports. Who do you think's gonna win? Is it going to be Spooky Ghosts on the left? Or is it going to be Roll1 Esports on the right? What do you think? Lulu, do you have a preference on these two drafts?
That's really tough to say. Gul'dan has so much clear for the point for Spooky Ghosts, but then the other side has a Kael'thas, who is also very good at clearing the point. What do you think, Arrow?
Well, I think it's a great time to introduce our teams. Why don't we start with Roll 1?
For Roll1 Esports, they have Rock Your World on the Muradin, Alberto on Leoric, Velvet on the Raynor, Zad on Kael'thas, and Waniba on Malfurion.
All right, and for Spooky Ghosts, we got Calidus on Gul'dan, Rogoth on Johanna, Little Wolf going to be playing the Ana, Eric with a K going to be on that Yrel, and Boundrix on Greymane. Nice instant stun there out of the Muradin with that Gravity Lapse follow-up. Johanna's already going to be brought down to half health. So here we go. We've got Perfect Storm. Oh, nice knockback from the Yrel.
Here.
Kael'thas gonna be taken out. And just like that, we see stuns from both of these teams, but ultimately it's the Yrel gonna pick that one up on the first kill here, first blood. So talents, we've got that Ace in the Hole and Fealty unto Death, so Leoric gonna be picking up a little bit more healing and mana. The Fell Flame quest, surprisingly, from Gul'dan. Usually you see the Echoed Corruption. But that Fell Flame quest will give Gul'dan the ability to clear the shrines a little bit faster. Or a little bit better, I guess, with the radius. And
Right.
Roll1 Esports coming in with the vote from chat. 3-1, 75%. So there you go. Yrel going into Dauntless for that physical armor will help mitigate the damage from the Raynor primarily, although Leoric can do some pretty significant amount of physical attack damage as well. Down in the bottom though, Boundrix gonna get that Living Bomb, spread it over to the Ana as the Wolf gonna be taken out here, so 1 kill to 1 kill. Rock Your World looking for the Johanna, but they're gonna get the Ana instead. You sounded like you had opinions about this.
Oh, I wasn't sure if Muradin was gonna get it, and it was though I got faked out, and they killed Ana instead of Johanna.
Indeed. Muradin going here into Thunderburn, so he's going to have that extra Thunderclap zone on the ground when he hits a hero. 17 stacks here for Gul'dan out of the 30, so a little bit over the halfway point. Once that's completed, it'll increase the radius of that cone effect, so again, making it a little bit easier for Gul'dan to clear the shrine. Not quite as much for the hero damage that Echoed Corruption can do.
So next time he gets mounted, shout out to Kael'thas for that Skinergy. Very good.
All right, we'll watch this for a moment. Both teams working on their Shaman camp. Gonna pick them up about the same time. Oh, it's the Lunar Rocket. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Lunar Rocket with the green Lunar Kael'thas.
Yep. All right, here we go. We do have also the Hand of Freedom, really going to be helpful for the roots coming out from Malfurion. Speaking of those roots, they're looking for the Kael'thas. And they're going to get it.
Can't mount while dead.
And with the Gul'dan here, I mean, they're going to be able to clear this pretty quickly, so I don't know that Kael'thas gets back in time to even pretend to have a chance on this. So it's just a question of whether or not they feel they can get into this, and I don't think they can. I mean, I think this front line is super strong. Did we see the Hand of Freedom? I'm not sure. I think she just walked out of that. But Eric with a K, not quite able to get out with that Avenging Wrath. 29 to 11, so it did take a lot longer than I expected. It looks like maybe Gul'dan taking a little bit more damage than he could sustain on that point. And with with Kael'thas back, they've actually evened this out almost, and the kill on Johanna is going to very likely give this over to Roll1 here.
Spooky Ghost is so close to finishing it. 2.
Bondrix there had just the perfect timing to not get rooted by Malfurion. But it's still close, 36 to 39. Roll one just needs one more.
So low.
And Roll one ultimately will succeed in getting this first Punisher of the game. It's going to be a Mortar Punisher. And the Ana is still down here. So the bait over the wall by Johanna. She's got the Iron Skin to make sure that she doesn't get stunned. And also basically took no damage from that Punisher either. But Greymane not quite so lucky. Took some of those mortar shots. And we see the retreat being called by Roll one. Recognizing that with the 4 versus 3 in this lane, there was no further value to come of this. They got that wall down, got a little bit of damage on the fort. Zul Rules didn't int hard enough. There you go. Down here in the bot lane, we got Raynor and Leoric making some pressure into this. Getting the one tower down, also the wall. And check this out. Next shrine coming up in the bot lane. So that's going to provide a little bit of extra value here for Roll one.
Oh, we all gonna fight over the bot camp?
Well, you know what? We're not 10s yet. Why not? Johanna's going to get a big condemn onto 4. Does complete the subdue. And that's going to help Yrel with the kill onto Kael'thas. But Johanna's in a little bit of danger. Has to pull back. Eric with the K diving back in. Gets stunned here. And taking a lot of damage from the Raynor. But Gul'dan's Corruption is going to force Raynor to pull back and make use of that healing well as well.
Poor Kael'thas has just been getting bullied so far this game.
And that's without even Kael'thas being the convection, right? If Kael'thas was convection, it would be even worse because they just straight up target the Kael'thas the whole time. All right, level 10s are online here for both teams. So with that, we see that Spooky Ghost is electing to pull back a little bit. They don't want to play under the tower. Alberto going to pull back in the mid lane, recognizing that the rotation coming in from the Spooky Ghost.
Oh, we've got Pyroblast.
I don't think that kills Johanna. Pretty sure it doesn't.
So either.
How much damage is Pyroblast? 1300? Yeah, 1320. So, I mean, it's a lot of damage, but Johanna had easily double that. So, add on to that the Ana healing, and yeah, just not gonna get that kill.
Not yet. Pyroblast time will come.
So the real question
from Spooky Ghosts
is whether Roll one knows about this, and they're at least gonna make it here. The question is whether or not Johanna's gonna be able to stall it out, and it looks like she will. Curse Bullet heading onto the Muradin here. Yrel diving once again onto Kael'thas. Horrified coming out, gonna get that kill from Greymane, but Spooky Ghost now in a bit of a dangerous spot. Falling low has the Hyperion over their head, but Raynor's gonna be taken out first. Calidus there now draining life onto the Leoric as Muradin had to jump away. And it was almost as if Spooky Ghost said, we're not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with us. Chip damaged. Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah, a little bit of damage to the well. I hadn't noticed that. Good. There you go. There's your pyro value.
Yeah, just like 10 more times and that well drops.
All right, so up in the top.
Been doing a good job in these team fights of like getting behind the other team and just kind of body blocking and being a nuisance. But in the last fight, R1E just didn't have the damage to get the kills that they needed.
Yeah, and they're not going for this Punisher. Instead, they're electing to push in this top lane, get the fort down. And I think that's fine. I mean, they're probably trading that bottom fort by giving up this Punisher. The question is how much of the wall are they also going to give up? How much defensive utility are they going to give up? And they're going to give a little bit on this tower, at least, because of the Khazra camp. Bot lane Punisher coming up. It is an arcane Punisher. And level 13 is now available here for Spooky Ghosts, as the camps are going to be cleared out. And then we're going to make our defense here at the wall. We see the retreat ping in the lane. It looks like they're going to rotate through safely, which clearly is a good idea, because Spooky Ghost was waiting for them. We see the sidewall being taken down, so the quick potential jump in from the team. Curse Bullet going out. Didn't seem to hit anything, though. As Yrel going to bounce out. Horrify going to hit onto the front line. But Leoric was unstoppable at that moment, and Muradin was already pretty well out. Raynor's going to take the brunt of the Punisher, but should be okay, as the Punisher will go down. So they lose the full wall. Keep the keep. And Johanna deep into the team here. Muradin using Avatar. There's the Entomb looking for the Gul'dan, and they get it. Big silence in there as well, as Greymane and Johanna going to fall. Yrel has fully used Ardent Defender, and with 20 health, this is going to be the most overkilled Pyroblast ever in the game. But a quad kill for Roll1 Esports. Now they got to get value out of that, though. They lost a fort, they lost a keep wall. They got to make some plays happen here.
Yeah, they'll probably just get this camp and push in the fort here in the bot lane.
And they do have most of their wave as well, their minion wave here, so they should be able to take this down between the Khazra camp and the Hyperion. They don't have Hyperion, do they? Not yet. 20 seconds. So maybe they can't get this. Just
damage from Gul'dan, though.
Too short of a death timer there for them to really push that in. So the value going to be coming from Leoric getting that double soak.
Yeah, they do have like full level lead right now in experience.
See that danger ping. They know Johanna's there. Chat caught up to the Pyroblast. Maximum pyro value. You know what, though? I mean, whether it's 20 hit points or 1,500 hit points, if they made it out otherwise, a kill's a kill, so it works.
That's true. And Yrel was maybe getting away from them, question mark. And that just made sure there was no chance of her getting out.
Yeah. Alright, so we do have the Siege Camp available. Level 16's up for the side of Roll1 Esports. 6 kills to 9. Structures pretty well even. Slight advantage. I don't even know I'd say slight advantage here for Spooky Ghost. I mean, they got the keep wall down, but there's also damage on this bottom fort for Roll1. There's a big stun onto the Johanna, but she's able to get that Iron Skin and actually uses Blessed Shield, so that's a 60-second cooldown that Roll1 Esports was able to burn. So at least for this initial engagement, it won't be available when they start this top shrine. Nera, Yrel had already used the Ardent Defender back by the fort, so Entomb onto Johanna, and it doesn't matter if you have Iron Skin, you cannot unstoppable through a brick wall. I think it actually is a brick wall too, because it's a like a locker room, right? So I think it's a cinder block wall in this instance.
Right. And now, what does Spooky Ghost do? They're going to pressure the keep, take the keep.
I mean, that's what they need to do with their Johanna down, get whatever value out of this that they can, and it's kind of like what we saw from Roll1 in the prior here is that they were able to, you know, trade off the point for structure value. So with Leoric and Raynor, is there enough like to push them back? And it looks like it's going to be. Kael'thas sitting at 31 stacks so far, as Raynor going to get put to sleep. And this is a 4 versus 3 here. Muradin's in the mid lane, so recognizing that, they're coming back in. They got a minion wave. That's going to get stalled out, though. So 5 versus 4 now. Kael'thas up in the top is going to finish the last minion. And this is a Frozen Punisher going into that keep, so this is value. They don't have Hyperion now, though. And they're looking for the push into the keep here. Greymane gonna join, so it's 5v5.
Greymane decides to be safe.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Punisher getting very low here is going to shut down the keep. And again, there's no Hyperion. There is the lockdown onto Yrel, but she does have the ability to get out, but she can't do it if she's silenced. What a Twilight Dream! Horrified gonna help keep Johanna alive, as she did use that Iron Skin for the Unstoppable as well. And this all but secures this keep, I think, with Yrel down.
Definitely. Malfurion has been on point with those ults this game.
Rip the Pyroblast onto a full health Greymane who just walked into the core.
Yeah, I don't know if he was supposed to be the target, but I think either way they would have made it back in time.
Yeah.
But it scared him.
It's a slow-moving projectile. It's not like the Frost Blast out of Kel'Thuzad that moves at 60% faster movement speed.
Oh gosh.
So 67 stacks here on Mithril Mace for Leoric. So his auto attack speed is going up pretty decently here. It started off 20% bonus. Eventually he'll get all the way up to 30% increased.
He's a very efficient janitor.
All right, so are they aware? Oh, they're not. They're gonna get jumped on.
Dear.
And Blessed Shield going out as well. Leoric looking for something. Waniba having to run away, is somehow able to make it out, but probably about to get stomped by the Yrel. There's the Twilight Dream. Raynor going to be the first of all here. But Ana Johanna going down as well. Kael'thas getting the value, and now Yrel has a Muradin jumping after her as much as she's trying to get away. Kael'thas chasing the kills onto Boundrix is going to get the kill, I think. What a crazy fight. That started off looking so bad for Roll One. They stepped into the trap. They were Anakin and Obi-Wan, right? Well, what's our next move? Spring the trap. And they did. And somehow Malfurion down here, Waniba makes it out with like 10 health, gets the Twilight Dream to prevent Yrel from stomping right on top of Malfurion's face, and now they're getting a keep out of it.
Yeah, that looked so bad for Roll One. Their health bars were very, very low at the start of that.
All right, so Greymane and Yrel coming up here soon. The next shrine is active, and this shrine now with level 20s possible for both teams. Certainly we've got it here now for Roll One Esports, but either team could take this Punisher into keep, into core. Into keep if it was Spooky Ghost, but either way, that keep is only about half health, so either way, this Punisher is going to make itself all the way, take itself out of to the core.
Right. And does Spooky Ghost want to contest? They're just trying to get 20. Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of damage, so I think that it's better for them to try to contest, or not contest. I think it's better for them to defend, but they do have level 20s now. Yrel's gonna get double stunned. The cursed bullet going out of Muradin though. Big condemn. Oh, the Horrify hitting nearly everybody. Malfurion though, so much work. Can they get the kill onto the damage up in the top though? Eric with a K, now with the Ardent Defender. Leoric getting the kill onto Johanna. Boundrix is well falling on the Greymane. They're stomping onto the Raynor though. Eric with a K looking. Oh, here comes the Pyro! It's not looking good for the boys in blue, as a full team wipe coming out. Roll One Esports gonna march their way onto the core, following behind the Punisher.
That one also looked so bad. For Roll One, their health bars were low, everyone was horrified, and they just turn it around.
I gotta say, that was that fight was won and saved by Malfurion. 100%. The only person not in the Horrify healing God at that point, keeping everybody alive, as spread out as they were, spamming that Moonfire. Holy cow, how did that even happen?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Just like, you know, Waniba Malfurion God. Goddess? I don't know.
Crazy. Absolutely. That was a stunner of a game. That was a lot of fun.
Majesty, I want to know what Waniba is saying. Same.
I believe it was something like, "You're welcome."
What can I say except you're welcome?
Exactly. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break between games. We'll be back in just a moment.
There is much for us to settle.
Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to be setting up for game number 2 here. We're going to Towers of Doom. This is the selection of Spooky Ghosts.
Ah, that's very fitting because it's a spooky map.
Yes. Going to the graveyard. The Gravekeeper and the Raven Master? Is that what it is?
The Raven Lord.
Raven Lord. Right. Do you know which one's on which side?
No.
I have no idea.
Not even a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, we haven't gotten the other team yet. In fact, we don't even have all of one of the teams. But hopefully soon.
Oh, nice. Arrow, you keep keeping me from playing in this match, and it makes me sad.
Sorry. Shrug. 7th Ace with the woo.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Could you tell me again what that sounded like?
No.
Oh, damn. Darn.
All right, there we go. Working on it. We have one person from one team, but we did get all of the other teams, so we're getting closer. So, all right. We earlier saw Medivh, Stukov, Deathwing, Oriole, Zeratul, and ETC as our bans on Infernal Shrines. What do you think? Which of those heroes are going to get banned again? Or what bans do you think we might see from our last match?
I think Medivh ban definitely stays. Probably Stukov too. Who gets first? Spooky goes his first pick. Maybe
No.
ban the Malfurion? No,
Roll
they
one
don't
has
get
first
first
pick.
pick. Whoops. That does complicate things. Cause like, how do you not ban the Malfurion that just like literally won them the game? But also
in
Ariel
a couple of
wins it.
places too, no doubt, right?
Right. I mean, every single one of those Twilight Dreams was getting big value for R1E.
Tough call. It also, I mean, Malfurion gets a lot of value on that map, but also had the assistance of the Muradin and Kael'thas for the CC chain. So the Kael'thas, I feel like, is less likely on this map. So we might see something a little bit different, but having additional CC opportunities. We could see Thrall, we could see Mal'Ganis, we could see Blaze. I mean, all three of those set up some pretty solid CC chains. The Leoric helped out a lot with the Entombs as well. Got a couple of kills with that. Can't jump out of an Entomb if you're silenced.
That's true. Yeah, the Entomb definitely helped as well because it also kept people close together for the Twilight Dream to silence them, and then you're, stuck in the locker room and can't use any of your abilities. Feels bad, man.
Indeed. Locker rooms suck like that. Get stuck with all those people in a tight, confined area.
And it's really smelly, too.
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we've got one team ready. Hopefully the other team will be ready soon. TM. Maybe, maybe not.
TM.
So yeah, I think Malfurion is definitely in the consideration for bans. Because he can still do a lot here as well. I mean, the roots limit your potential maneuverability around this map, especially with these control points. They always have just very specific funnel points. Leoric could also provide a lot, though, and I think that Leoric is actually more of a potential threat because he has the potential to double soak on this map, giving the ability of Roll One to really just run it down bot.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Entomb is just such a strong ability, too, right? Like, Leoric's good on most maps.
True. Yep. It's a good ability, and he's got the level 20 upgrade, which basically becomes just death. Almost, but not
Accurate.
quite as good as a mosh pit. Yeah, I suppose it depends. Because you can cleanse or you can interrupt a mosh pit. You can't really interrupt the...
Cleanse the wall so it goes away.
Yeah. Alright, looks like our spooky ghosts are ready. And here we go. Countdown has begun as we get into game number 2 between Spooky Ghosts and Roll1 Esports. Maybe?
Oh no.
Question mark?
Dot dot dot.
We were close. We almost had it. Oh, wait, is it? Aha. All right, so it turns out
You lied to me.
that you were right. But they were wrong because of it. So this map, Towers of Doom, let's go back into the maps here. We'll show you guys what we got.
So then Spooky Ghosts opted for the first pick, and R1E picked this map.
Exactly.
Okay. So R1E making the bold decision to come to a very spooky map to play Spooky Ghosts. We'll see if it pays off.
Indeed.
Dun dun dun.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for the follow, Gunny. Appreciate it. Let's get into this draft here. Game number 2 between Spooky Ghosts and Roll1 Esports on Towers of Doom. Expect to see some of those bands very similar. In fact, with them being the first pick again, probably most of these going to be similar.
Immediate Stukov ban again.
Yep.
I'm a div. Oh man, this feels familiar. But what do we see here?
Well, see, what I actually did was I just rewinded time 38 minutes to when we started in our first draft. So what we're seeing now is our first draft, just with the name Towers of Doom on top of it. All right, Ariel. All right, so now, since
4
the
for
bands
4.
are the same, do they look at maybe taking one of those heroes away, since they don't have the opportunity to ban it now?
There's the Kael'thas.
There you go.
Mom said it's my turn to play Kael'thas.
Makes sense. There's only a 50-50 chance he saves Azeroth, says Eric with a K.
So does
Alright.
Malfurion make his comeback? He sure does.
And I think that was probably the right call. I don't think that Malfurion would have made it past the second ban phase.
Definitely.
And on
So-
top of that, we're going to get Jaina, so all of the innervates going into that Frost Mage.
Yeah. Trading the fire for the ice.
Indeed. Coincidentally, Fire and Ice, fantastic place to eat out in, I was going to say Azeroth, but it's actually Anaheim.
Ektar coming in, redeeming replay cast, by the way.
Indeed, I saw that. I'll have to... I haven't downloaded that one. That was tonight, wasn't it, Ektar? We're going to see the Alarak and Garrosh. So this can be a really scary combo. Because Alarak can pull them in, and then Garrosh can throw them. And then there's death.
Would you call it a spooky combo?
No.
Oh, okay. Just thought I'd ask.
No. Really needs a little bit more like... Maybe I don't know, maybe a Sylvanas for that? Or a Leoric for that?
Third ban from R1E was the Ana, by the way, so switching it up a little bit. And then the
Yeah.
Joanna ban from Spooky Ghosts.
And I think that changes because, of course, they've got both the Kael'thas and the Alarak, so they're less concerned about the Zeratul.
Ah,
I mean, it could still happen.
there's the ETC.
Are they gonna?
We're
they gonna
both
switch people
really
around?
good skins.
They might switch people around. I gotta pay attention to that. Yes, it's our first uncasted series of the season. All right, well there you go. I will make sure to let you know when that's gonna happen, Ektar. so that I'll post it in Div B chat. Probably going to be a couple of days, though. And Eric with the K going to be the Blaze, and we've got the Anduin for Little Wolf. So there's our full team here. So we've got the throw with the root potential. We got the jet propulsion as well, for the stun to come into that. The pulls. I mean, there's a lot of disruption here with this team. So pretty high value, but we're going back into that Leoric. So a very similar team that we saw from last game out of the Roll1 Esports. More Swiffering required, as mentioned here. And they did move it. I knew it.
You're on to them.
Well, it just seemed a little bit awkward that Raynor would switch from Velvet to Zad, so... Zad? Yeah, Zad. But I think I've got everybody all set up correctly over there. I do. Okay, so... Alright. So last game, 75% was in favor of Roll1 Esports. Who do you guys think wins this game?
Who do you think wins this game, Arrow?
Well, I'm busy typing, so... Let's see. I mean, Roll1 put up a good show with this Malfurion Leoric combination and the Raynor on top of it. That's a lot of value, and I believe in that combo right now. That said, I mean, if they can execute this Alarak Garrosh combo, they can kill anybody.
Yeah,
So we'll
Spooky
see.
Goats has a pretty scary looking comp.
All right, well, let's get our teams introduced. Why don't you go ahead and start it off?
So for Roll1 Esports, they've got Rock Your World on the ETC, Waniba on Malfurion, Velvet on the Raynor, Zad on Jaina, and Alberto on Leoric.
Alrighty, and for the left, Spooky Ghosts, we've got Rogoth on Garrosh, Boundrix on the Alarak, Eric with a K playing the Blaze, Calidus on Kael'thas, and Little Wolf on the Train Mount playing Anduin. Was there enough disappointment in that? I'm not sure if there was. As soon as I finish saying that, the train goes toot toot, as if to say, no, you need more disappointment.
The anti-hype train.
Oh, man. All right,
Uh-oh.
so...
Uh-oh.
Well, ETC's going to be a little bit on the aggressive side here. He's going to power slide. Does ETC make it out? Holy cow.
I mean...
No pun intended. Ah!
It wasn't so much that he was aggressive as he got thrown because there was a bush party.
Ah, yes. Bush parties.
How he made it out, though, that's less clear.
Well, I think that is purely from the combination of...
Waniba Malfurion God?
Yeah, pretty much. Little Wolf not running with scissors. Oh, Ektar's back! It's been like a month since he said that, and then I pointed it out to him on another cast, and then now he's back, so there you go.
So, can I confess now that I don't know why he scissors?
So there's a glitch with Anduin where if you throw your Divine Star at the wall before it goes down. Oh, we see the throw this time onto Jaina. ETC's gonna get the knockback. Oh my gosh, that was a 4 hit point Alarak. Yikes. Anyways, so good leap of faith there. That was okay, so if before the timer runs out, if you throw your Divine Star into the wall, he summons his sword, but he never puts it away because it never comes back to him. So he just runs around with his sword out, and he looks like such a pompous prick riding a mount with his sword just like standing up like a like some kind of banner.
Okay. I thought it was talent related, I'm not gonna lie. So this is good information to have.
Yeah. All right, so Leoric and Blaze gonna deal with up top here. Although Leoric's gonna be a little bit later getting to there, so Blaze might be able to stall it out. The root coming out. Can they get into the Kael'thas? They can with that face melt here. And Garrosh getting very low is gonna throw the Jaina over into the gravity lapse. Has a living bomb, but Alaric's gonna get the first blood of this game. Looking for more. Not quite able to get the kill onto ETC, but certainly able to get some damage. ETC going in extra hard. And I think if you're ETC, you're happy with that, because that could have been a death. Jaina's coming back, but I don't get it. I'm not sure what they're doing.
Oh, right.
They definitely lose the one. Can Waniba get out of this? And Raynor can't even get the stall. Now gets a second kill. Like, that whole fight was unnecessary. I think that they, you know, that's great that they stalled it out, I guess.
Yeah, maybe should have just, you know, called that one a wash and given it.
Yeah,
But ETC was determined.
Yeah, they just weren't in a good position having the Raynor and ETC trying to stop that. But with that root, Garrosh throwing Alarak out of the fray, using into the fray.
Ah, okay. I was a little confused what just happened.
Both teams now getting their siege camps pretty quickly, pretty evenly here. So no real potential for ganking on the rotation there. Now, Leoric does have here the Neil Peasant, so he's doing extra damage to those minions and monsters. So on those rotations, he's going to be able to double soak a little bit better than the Blaze can. And a knockback from ETC, keeping Garrosh away. Doesn't want anything to do with that throw, as the boss making his way onto the map here, up in the top.
And he's very happy to be here. You can tell from his laugh.
Well, we've got a little bit of a bush party here for Garrosh. He's waiting. Meanwhile, Leoric did start this camp up in the top, but realizing that's going to take about 5 minutes for him to get through, he's going to come down and try to help out. And right now, at least, it looks like both teams are electing to just take one, right? You don't see this often with the mid and bot. You often see this kind of setup with the two up top. Almost exactly the same time.
Sharing is caring, Arrow. Everybody gets their altar, and we all just go back to what we were doing, because we all just want in.
Well, it's 32-28 so far, very close. 3 kills to none in favor of Spooky Ghost. But right now, it's going to be roll one, trying to get a little bit of damage onto this bottom wall. They take out both of the towers here, and level 10's now picked up for Spooky Ghosts. And ETC's looking. The rotation from behind here, though, means that Blaze is going to be safe. But Raynor might not be. Gets thrown. The taunt coming out onto 2. Blaze dropping the bunker there. And ETC gets a mosh onto just the Blaze. But Counter-Strike is going to get the kill onto Raynor. Still no kills for Roll 1 Esports.
Janitor Leoric getting down there in time to mop up some minions and stroll away.
Oh man, Rackham coming in. Anybody can cast when the audience can see the game. Where's the theater of the mind? Indeed.
Oh no, Leoric! Janitor, no!
Nice rotation there from Spooky Ghosts. Oh. But we saw that they got the kill onto the Kael'thas, so this is no longer a perfect game for Spooky Ghosts. And this is huge value. With the entire team of Spooky Ghosts up in the top lane, both of these potentially go down, and even better than that, I mean, they might even be able to push this bottom fort quickly enough to take it down before the point.
Oh, hey. Spooky Ghosts going for the boss play.
I don't think that's a fair trade. The sappers. Oh, they didn't wait. Oh, they should have waited. So Leoric knows they're here. Is he... I was going to say... Okay, cool. I was going to say, is he not going to survive this? But he didn't want to go in on that. So just to provide a little bit of context, our good friend Rackham here in chat earlier today...
Had his first cast
Did
ever.
his first cast. Did a fantastic job. Did a great job as a radio announcer for the first match, or first map of the match.
Excellent replay cast for the Nexus Cats, by the way. Thank you, Rackham.
Hashtag shout out Nexus Cats.
Hashtag shout out to Rackham.
All right.
Yeah, so the first game was a little bit not on video, which is fine.
It's okay. He went back and redid it. All right. Looking for the Rainer, but ultimately going to be able to make it out. Leoric gets the Entomb, but it's looking pretty much like these sappers are going to fall. All right. So points here still slightly in favor of Spooky Ghost, just by one altar's worth. And speaking of altars, there's a midpoint coming up right now. So if Roll 1 can protect this, they'll either get an additional point or save themselves a point. What a great Twilight Dream! Once again securing that kill onto Garrosh and saving Rainer, but I don't know. Jaina makes it out in the mosh pit! What? No, Jaina doesn't make it out, but still, great
That mosh pit, though! What?
Eric with a K gonna fall now on Blaze. Oh, and Anduin getting caught by the Entomb. Oh, they defended this. Are there... And on top of that, they're going to have Sappers. Sappers are up in 6 seconds. I don't know why they have so many recent... Like, they should be off that. Like, Malfurion should be on that, and they should be killing this Sapper camp. Because they need to defend this bot lane, and this could potentially even be 3 more points. It won't be, because, you know, they're going to take bottom back here, it looks like.
Home of Poe, if you're still here, Coco Caster Luna has just entered the cast.
All right, the root going to get negated there by the Indomitable from Garrosh. And Blaze coming in, has the Jet Propulsion Egg. Massive taunt from Garrosh! Rainer is taken out. ETC gonna get deleted. Jaina has a living bomb. She's gonna fall. Leoric showing up to the party, but not gonna be able to do anything about it. What a great play from Spooky Ghost. Currently down 1 point on this Towers of Doom match, 23-24. And they're gonna start getting value down in this bottom wall. And this is all related to what I was saying when they went to that altar. If they left Malfurion to get the altar and they got that siege camp, then it puts them in a position that they can better defend the bot lane. There's more time from the enemies to clear that, and now they're going to lose the bottom tower. And this is a triple altar phase, so this is 5-3 on the tower shots now.
This has been such an even game so far. But that could change a lot right here with 3 altars available.
And a Garrosh, and nobody checking the bush there. Face checks coming out. Oh, the Chastise missing, though. ETC's going to get a mosh. It's only going to... Oh, never mind. It's going to hit 2. The interrupt onto the Salvation. Little Wolf just going to get destroyed and say goodbye to Garrosh as well. Oh, but Jane taking the Flame Strike and Phoenix damage. The Counter Strike getting damage onto Rainer as well. Both teams ultimately taking 1 point up top, but Kael'Thas going to be falling. And that is now 4-1. And this is 100% the right call. Get these towers back. You have plenty of time. All you got to do is make sure Blaze doesn't come in. And even the aggressive fort is sitting at half health. There's not really anything to push it down, though. 15 seconds until the Sapper camp's up. I don't think they have enough time to get all that, but they do have time to get this 4 points here. And now they definitely have enough time to put some bot pressure in.
Yeah, I think they take this back bot. Oh, Blaze with the rotation from the back.
Once again, Great face melt there to keep Blaze's jet propulsion from landing. And here comes Jaina. So the retreat ping's being called as Kael'thas is coming shortly there as well. 16 to 19. Very close. Still just a single altar. And ETC once again face checking these bushes. Big taunt coming out. The Phoenix as well. Jet propulsion's gonna land, hitting to 3. Salvation's gonna come out, but Blaze is gonna be the one to die. And they're looking for more.
Oh,
Another Twilight Dream! So much value! Quad silence. Little Wolf gonna fall. Garrosh, the only one left alive, no longer has a throw. Do they go into the death zone? They don't need to. They got 3 points coming here. They got 3 more points about to happen from their side. And a boss is available. They're not even gonna go for the 3 on their side. They're gonna go for the boss, it looks like. No, they're gonna get the point. I actually like this a lot more than going for the boss, although I would have liked to see them get the siege camp. That's 3 definite points.
right.
But this is gonna be potentially 2 more points if they can get both of these.
Do they still go for boss?
No,
Or
they
what
definitely
do
don't
they
go
do
for
here?
boss at this point.
Oh, okay. They're just gonna cushion top lane and then go for the ult.
Because at this point they zone out. They can zone out for this altar and ultimately get all the way down to 1 single point. So there's ETC's got a big mosh potentially right here. There it is. The Entomb almost pulling them out. Garrosh is going to get the interrupt. So no value on the mosh. Khalid is getting very low on Kael'thas, has to use that Mana Addict's heal, or shield rather. But Rainer's going to fall. Blaze gets the bunker, is going to Q into Wani, but can... No! Malfurion going down. And this is getting very bad for Roll 1 Esports, but they do get the kill onto Blaze. Rogoth also very well low there. Alberto trying to do what they can, but the silence going to come out, is going to take out Leoric. Both sides getting 1 altar.
And very, very low health bars. Oh, they're
Oh,
chasing this?
And
That's
yeah.
that was a decision that they made there. I don't know if yeah, he gets out.
All right, so we've got Spooky Ghosts getting started on their return towers, looking to bring this back to an even setting on these towers in mid and in bot. Boss is still a threat, and Roll 1 Esports, I think this was the second one. They should have gotten the bot one first, but they were here, so whatever. Because now, I mean, there are 2 siege camps in the bot lane. That's 3 points. Boss is 4 points. That's enough to win them the game. This is math of the storm, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you still got to be able to walk the sappers in. So it's not guaranteed, and Spooky Ghost's gonna go take the boss off the map and get the 4 points for themselves.
Well, these sappers here likely to make it through, as now with this double altar, this is a danger play. Never mind. We've got Jaina coming in through the portal. They're gonna pull back away from the sappers, and I mean,
They're also zoned from the altars. Okay, they can go around the long way.
yeah,
That
Roll
works.
1 doing the safe play here. The sappers still going in the bot. There are still 3 of them there. It will take them some time because there is a minion wave there, and Calidus is going to actually head back, as it looks like both teams are going to get their own sides. So that puts now Spooky Ghosts at 2, Roll 1 at 10. I think if Roll 1 had gone straight to the top lane, they probably could have.
They're going for the fight.
Good interrupt onto the mosh, but Blaze is going to be taken out anyway. Garrosh as well. I think there was a Twilight Dream in there. There was. And with level 20s.
Oh.
Never mind.
Big Anduin life grip right there.
And the flames, or the living bombs getting spread. This is eternal bombs, by the way. Let me show those level 20s. I didn't put those up earlier. So I think they could have waited on that. So as long as we're talking about things they could have done differently. Oh, maybe they do get this
Maybe
fast
they
enough.
just,
Never
you know,
mind.
kill this before the zappers get there. Okay, we still
Wow.
have 10 zappers up, so this is potentially the game.
And I don't
Probably
think...
the game? They're
Yeah,
not
I don't think there's
contesting?
anything that they can do about it. There it goes. What a game from Roll 1. That was really close, and just so many, like the Malfurion Twilight Dreams in this game, Twilight Dreams in last game, the healing, like just absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, this game on Towers of Doom was very, very close throughout, but Malfurion too clutch.
All right, well, I've got stats up here. Let's head over to the NGS lobby
Okay.
for our interview. Alrighty, show these talents once again for the level 20s. As we wait for...
Winiba is coming. You convinced her.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Invite. I think she has this Discord, but if not, look in your Discord, Winiba. I just sent you the invite to the thing. There you go.
All right, so Wanibi, can you hear us? Let's start with that.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, sometimes there's some overlap there where it's difficult to hear and people haven't got their settings right, so just wanted to make sure. So first of all, congratulations to you guys on your victory over Spooky Ghosts. There were some moments in there where it seemed like maybe it wasn't quite gonna be as simple as it turned out. I don't want to say simple, where it wasn't quite certain of how that was gonna turn out, but those moments, I've got to say, ended with a whole lot of Twilight Dreams. And let's talk about game one. And you know, I'm glad that you're here, Rock Your World. But really, this is the Waniba show. So
I understood.
I gotta say, like, how many times, are you a cat? Because you got out of so many problems in game number one.
I don't know how.
There
I
was
was like, I'm in the thick of it. I will sing my song. Start spamming all my heals and the moonfires. And the fact that it slowed, it helped me kite, but it was just panic pushing them and me just screeching the whole time. Like Velvet's like, she needs to use her mic. Like, tell me what's going on. And I'm like, I make no sense right now. I'm just screaming.
That was actually a question or a statement somebody in chat said. I wonder what Waniba's saying right now. And it's just like, well, probably just like, I mean, to me, I would have thought something like, wow, I'm so good. Your guys are lucky, right? Or you're welcome, I think is actually what I specifically said. But you're just saying it was just incomprehensible. Just so much stress and things going on at that time.
A whole lot of shrieking and apologizing to Velvet because I think he died a couple times the first game when I felt like he shouldn't have. But it was like a trade, like he got dead, but then two of them were gone, so he's like, it's fine. And I'm like, it's not fine.
It was more like one person died and then 4 people died. It was never really a 1-for-1 or a 1-for-2. And, you know, you had that one time where you got out with Yrel chasing you down, the Twilight Dream saving you from the stomp, and then I don't remember who it was. Muradin, I think, probably coming to save you. But the big play was the bottom. Actually, both of those plays were bottom altar area, but the bottom altar where things did not look so great for you guys. A 4-man Horrify. Somehow Malfurion is not in the Horrify. Not only does nobody die, but you guys turn that. Well, eventually Velvet, I think, dies, but you guys turn that around and get 4 kills. Like, so I have to ask, in that moment, which I'm sure you remember, but in that moment, are you like calm and collected, or is this like super tension? Oh God, everybody's gonna die unless I just mash my buttons. Like, how does that feel for you?
Oh, it's panic. Like, I keep claiming that my hands are sweaty. I'm like, this game is making me so sweaty. It's so stressful right now. Like, I am not a talented player. This is flailing, and it worked out.
Well, I gotta say that tonight, I mean, it looked absolutely like you were a
Looks like a
talented
hard
player.
carry.
Yeah, I mean, this was no joke. This was the Waniba show, and everybody else just was a guest star in the performance tonight. Now, that being said, there were some other great plays, right? I mean, you guys had some really great Leoric Entombs to help set some of that stuff up.
Big Mosh's game too.
Rock Your World had some great moshes, some really fantastic play from the teams tonight. So, what do you guys, when you come into this game, you guys are tied with Spooky Ghost as far as points are concerned. What are some of the things that you prepared knowing that you're playing against this team? Not necessarily drafts or things like that, but just what was your plan for these guys?
So, like, I love Spooky Ghosts and Little Wolf. They're a super fun group of guys. Like I said, their little ghost dance every time they ready up just shows how awesome they are. So, if anything, coming in tonight's game, the real issue that we had was like, because of how the two teams like to play, it literally was, you get one ban and then you have to play against their best. And so it's like, and so it was something we're kind of drafting into it. I'm like, I almost called every single hero that they picked, and they probably did the same thing to us. But it's one of those things where I'm like, they're consistent. They're gonna pick these heroes. We're just gonna have to beat them at their game. And the one thing I knew that I cried about inside is that they're like, they've banned Dragonshire every match so far. So I was like, all right, we won't get to play there. But whatever. I'd say it's like, Little Wolf and me have a little exchange going on. We're gonna trade notes because I hate Eltrek Pass and he says he loves that. So maybe we'll get better in the off season and learn from one another on how to play the maps that we hate.
Good deal. So let's see. So what else do we want to talk about? So Zad unfortunately got a little picked on in that, actually really in both games, right? Because Zad played Kael'thas in game 1 too, right?
He played Jaina in game 2.
I'm sorry, in game 1 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right, so he was the mage. So both games just being the target of, I mean, primarily Eric with a K, although in the second game that ended up being, Blaze's Doom, because Blaze doesn't quite have the same ability to get out of danger as an Ardent Defender Yrel. So, like, how frustrated does Zad get in that? And is there anything that, like, any way to kind of counter that, to help out that frustration? Because I can imagine it's gotta be brutal.
It's part of the, so like, it's part of also just our whether it be our positioning and our calls. Because like two of them, say it's like I called, like, I think he died bottom as we're rotating down 5 players. I'm like, yeah, we want bot camp, and for some reason, like, I saw Leoric on my screen go north. Despite that Leoric's clearly there with us, I was like, okay, we can't take this back off. But I called the back after, like, Zad had already stepped up to use all of his abilities on the person in the bush. And so he's like, I'm dead then. And it's like, yep, I killed you. Sorry. And he's like, I'm like, but there's no Leoric. And then Alberto's like, I'm right here. I was like, oh, well, my bad. 100% my fault. Let's just move on. So there was a couple where, just because of how KT gets value in those chokes, that he was preparing to fight in them, and like I just was not in position on Muradin to correctly peel for the Yrel jump in the back line. And so it's definitely something that, like, it's frustrating, but Zad's pretty good at just, hey, I need to adjust my play, or hey, what's the team want to do about this issue is happening. And so it was kind of nice to like kind of switch it up after that, to see that, okay, that means that we can't let them engage on us, but then they got like a 5-man horrify or a 4-man horrify and almost killed his bottom shrine. So it was, yeah, just part of like, how can we better support and peel for that? Because like he pretty much would have to save his stun, and then even if he saved his stun, if he got DW'd into their team, it's like he's pretty much dead. Joanna's gonna pull him in, and there's nothing you can do. So definitely frustrating, but he definitely kept it and was able to help us out.
Sure.
Especially once he got barrier when finishing all the mana, all
Right.
the globes.
The mana addict, yeah. So, Waniba, last question here. Well, I guess for me, and then we'll go over to Lulu here. Majesty wants to know, where does he get a Roll 1 Waniba jersey?
I don't know. We can probably make t-shirts.
Waniba's quite the artiste. She could definitely make T-shirts if the team wants. And I know we.
Amateur.
Oh, whatever.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
Fair enough.
I will. Where is it? Where can I post this? Am I allowed to? I don't know. That's probably against NGS rules. There happens to be a website that has lots of wonderful Waniba arts in it.
Don't
if
do it.
You
If
know,
you happen to Google Waniba
there is a place for
arts-
that. Just
Is there?
drop it in community plugs.
All right, I'm doing it right now.
There you go.
any People out there, if you want to find Waniba art in all caps, there you go.
All right, Lulu, any questions for this wonderful pair?
Waniba, now that you've been really humble and stuff, like, why are you the greatest healer? And yeah, that's it.
Greatest healer. No. I think Velvet's a better healer than me. And we just recently did a role swap. And they were like, I don't know, should we swap Waniba back to heals? What are we thinking? And I told them, like, listen, we all know that I'm the weakest link. Do you want it to be your healer or do you want it to be a DPS? Let's see how this goes. And I think it worked out better because I just stock rock kind of thing. Like, I'm his wife, so I just follow him around. Compared to when I was a DPS, I'm like, oh, I should be clearing. And they're like, where are you? We're team fighting. What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not used to being in this position.
All right, any other questions, Lulu?
No, that's it.
All right. So, Rock, this is not the first time that you've been in the interview spot here, so you know what's coming. But at the end of the interview, I like to ask about any particular cinematic or highlight moment that you thought of that either you did or your team did or the opponents did. So I'm gonna put Waniba on the spot and ask that of you here. Any particular highlight moment that you enjoyed out of the match tonight?
When miraculously everyone lived. I think it happened twice. One for each game where it's just like, well, we're all dead now. And we're like, oh, wait, we're not. Weird. Like, those are my
Weird.
highlights. Just like, how did this happen? I don't know. Like Velvet putting on his own self-heal. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how you lived. That was all on you.
That
There's times where I tell him, like, well, you dead now. Like, you're in it. They threw you. You're gone.
That was an amazing play. That was the bot lane play. That was pretty crazy.
I was gonna say some of my favorite moments in game one. The Leo hit, I think, a 2-man entomb, and like Waniba's silence and chain bombs and everything just went perfect as they tried to siege the bottom fort. Like, it was just like every single skill went off beautifully. It was like fireworks. I was like, wow, that's perfect, guys. That's exactly what we needed to like kind of bring back some of the momentum, because Spooky Ghost did a good job of sieging bottom as they were behind on the top shrine. And so it was like, okay, like we need to send everybody back, and then like we talked about maybe only not sending Zad, just so that way we can make sure we have it. And then like just the different parts of that match was a lot of fun, and that bottom team fight was super scary. Like I was like, when the Horrify hit, everybody on the team was like, well, oh crap. And then like it's like I'm looking around, and I'm like, who needs help? Like, I'm running back in as Murden. I'm like, who needs help? And like nobody said anything. I'm like, all right, I'm just killing this dude then. And so I like rewind stun and kill Joe, and I'm like, I'm killing this dude. And like Alberto's just chasing me as Leo. I'm like, I don't know where my team's at, but we're killing people. I don't know if we're gonna get this. So that game one fight was crazy, and game two, dang, I don't know. As much as I love playing Garrosh, I didn't respect Garrosh and Alarak. I was getting thrown all over the place. So well done from Boundrix and shoot, I don't know how to say his name properly. Rogoth, I think is how you do it. But
That's
yeah,
how I've said
they
it,
did
yeah.
great. Okay, yeah, they did a great job there, getting some good picks and throws. So well played there. It was a fun series, and I think that like I said, that's definitely Spooky Ghosts is a good team, and King Upset just need to be careful, and man, we need to respect their stuff a little bit more. So
Good deal. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Any shout outs you'd like to make?
Waniba says shout outs to everybody. But thank you to obviously not only all the fam at Roll1 Esports. Thank you, Captain Lulu. It's always great to have you aboard, and for the draft advice in this last game, it was very helpful. So please continue to do that. And then also like shout outs to Osmo as our sponsor. Like I said, he's an excellent gentleman and scholar.
All right, good deal. Well, thanks for joining us again. Congratulations on your victory, and don't forget to report your match.
Excellent. I will do that right now because I am terrible about doing that. So thank you.
Alrighty then. Let's see. And thanks for joining the NGS server, Waniba.
Here I am.
All right, Lulu, I'm gonna give you a call back.
Great.
Alrighty, so that's gonna wrap us up here for the evening. Anything that you want to say to the viewers at home before we take off, Lulu?
Just thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us, and it was a really great match.
Good deal. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Looks like Bahamut's all done as well. So let's see who else is playing some Heroes of the Storm tonight.
Also, that's how you baste a turkey.
Brine.
Damn it! Thanks, Sarah.
God, what a terrible captain you are. You can't even remember their catchphrase.
I mean, I got the job by not remembering the catchphrase, to be fair.
Jeez. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and... I think we'll send everybody over to Kyberries. I'm just going to make sure that she's actually still playing, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, it looks like it. So thanks again for joining us, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and don't forget to schedule your flex match.